So what was some of your favorite things that you got to do on The Incredibles, and what
On let's
was
see.
that?
Yeah, it was probably things like E's house, the
Yeah.
whole E thing. I mean, that was pretty genius, on Brad's part to have that character in there and the how she relates to them and that world and their lives. And so yeah, there was a lot of design of the house, the exterior, and then the interior, the lab, all that kind of stuff. Um,
She's such a fun character
just the
too.
house itself, the Parr's house, there was a lot of work that went into that. There was the island, of course, which was, that was, I'm going to say, a little more informed by, all those Connery Bond films, really. Oh, actually, I should just say that that's actually, which reminds me that, because I haven't thought about some of this stuff for a while. Ken Adam. Ken Adam was the designer, the production designer for, I believe, almost all of the Bond films and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? And Brad said, "Yeah, I want Ken Adam." So of course we just go out, we find everything we can possibly find about Ken Adam. I mean, there was a couple of books on him. I think he had passed away at that point. Did you know that guy? Of course, I mean, he was English, right? So there he is. He's an artist, right? But the guy flew like fighters for the British in World War II. Yeah, like those things that at the end of the war, that the Hawker Tempests that had, like, the great big tank buster
Yeah.
cannons on them. Anyway, and there's stuff of him talking about that up there. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, like you've probably, I mean, if you look at the art book, if you look at the extras on the DVD releases, and if you hear other people talk, I mean, we did a ton of research, and that's, I remember, it's funny, I thought we were doing okay in terms of, like, because here's the way it works, like, you just amass tons of books, there's a ton of photocopying that goes on, you pin stuff on boards, and
Yeah.
then you just have tons of meetings, where you're in a room and you're saying this, and Brad goes, no, that, okay, fine. So you wean it, so you're narrowing it all down, right? And at one point he said, I don't know, I feel like I should be getting a smorgasbord, but I'm just getting like chips and dip here. What's the deal? I said, what? You know, so that was, you kind of redouble your efforts. You do things. I swear. I'll tell you, well, one of the best things that suddenly occurred to me, that a thing we could use for reference on that show, because we had, well, the problem was that it started off as sort of the idea of a retro future.
Mhm.
And so we were just trying to redesign everything, the cars, the houses, that, it was going to be like, but then Brad didn't want Jetsons. Okay, fine. But he wanted this, sort of, 50s, 60s, the future we never got, right? And that kind of went away after a while, because we did a lot of like flying cars and stuff at the beginning. And then it kind of settled down into, okay, it's really the kind of it's the 60s with a twist. And then you got the superhero thing going on in there at the same time. So, I mean, originally, you're looking like, again, E's house. I was looking at Frank Lloyd Wright. I was looking at, oh, no, I can't even remember the names of all the other architects, that do those glass houses,
Yeah.
all that mid-century modern architecture, and you name it. We had it all covered. But eventually, you get into the business of um, uh, production or pre-production, and you're trying to, like, get it from the art to, say, a CG model, and all that, which, well, I'm not going to say it was difficult, but I mean, I'll say that, like, there was Lou and myself, and we really hadn't, had that much experience with the CG production before. So